Recording. Okay. Hey there, card folk. Dr. Speed Robo here. I am the gameplay director of uh, the Caster Chronicles. I'm going to have chat up on the side. Perfect, just so I can see that, so I can sort of answer questions in real time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by showing you the manufacturing samples that we got from our printing partners over in China for the Caster Chronicles. And I will go over each product, what comes in it, what you can expect, answer some questions that we've gotten previously, and then we will open the floor to community questions. I think transparency is really important, always have, always will. That's why we're doing the launch party. So, let me go start by grabbing these. Behold! Boxes, yes. And these are the dual decks. So the dual deck is going to come in a standard board game style stout box. You might notice these are empty. We will get to that. Inside, you will get a cardboard divider, 2 decks, 6 blank caster tokens, and a rulebook. That's what you're going to get. There's no foils, nothing like that. But yeah, there you go. Board game style stuff. There are 4 different ones. This is Magical Girl Duel. That is going to have your red and your purple. Then you've got Away Game. This is going to have your blue and your black. And we've got The Sun is in the Wave Speeder. A little bit. I've closed my blinds, but we're doing our best. Then this is Forgotten in the Moonlight. This is going to have your green and your yellow. And here is Popularity Contest, pink and orange. Now, there is a paper rulebook. Yes. No, we're not doing any of that QR code stuff. I've done it for previous games, but Caster Chronicles is getting a full, big boy, delicious rulebook that is happening. Now, this is the collector's box. So the collector's box is a varnished cardboard. That's what it sounds like. Sturdy stuff. I was very inspired by a product from my youth, the Golden Buddy Champion box. And I said, I want to do that, but with magnets. So this is magnetically sealed. And you pop this bad boy open, and inside you've got space. I'm trying to show it on the camera. You've got space for all 4 of your dual decks. You just pop that cardboard divider out of your dual deck box. You put them all in here. You've got space for your rulebooks, all your decks. And you can even fit them in sleeved, as you can see there. I've got some non-sleeved. I've got some sleeved. They fit in just fine there. So here is that rulebook I was telling you about. It is 30 pages, but just by following through page by page, you're going to be able to learn to play. It's got big text, lots of pictures, full breakdown of everything you could possibly want to know in Caster Chronicles. We really did our best to make this rulebook both a good way to learn how to play as well as a comprehensive guide, because the back, like, almost 10 pages are like glossary and FAQs. So if you've got a question about Caster Chronicles, crack open your rulebook. Odds are it's in here. We really, really tried to make that happen for you. And there's also a little lore page in the back and notes. So if you want to take notes like it's a 90s video game, you can do that. Figured that would be fun. So then let me pop out one of the decks here. So I'm going to pop out Popularity Contest. So this is what you're going to get. It is unwrapped. This will come shrink wrapped. And inside you will see your 2 full decks and your blank caster tokens. There are only 5 here because I've been using them and giving them away to my friends. Yeah, shrink wrap. Shrink wrap's like the best feature. Thank you, Marie. And then let me just sort of fan out the deck here. There are no foils in the dual decks. We kept it simple with this one because we wanted to sort of prepare for eventual tariff chaos, rising global prices, and still be able to offer this at a solid price point for everybody. So, not having foils inside the decks was bluntly a cost saving measure. I'm always going to be open and honest with you guys when we do something to save costs. And I'm also going to be completely open that a lot of the reasons why we do that is to make sure that we can continue making the game and offer product at the best price point that we can. So that is why no foils in the dual decks. That, I believe, is everything in the collector's set. So this is the collector's set. What you're gonna get when you order like senior or alumni is you will get this collector's box. This collector's box is actually going to right. Yes, that is very true, Toaster. Because when you do foils, I'm going to go on a whole tangent. I'm going to go on a whole tangent. I love talking about my job. You've got me on a tangent now. So when you add foils to a product, even if it's just like one foil in a starter deck, you actually have to add a whole nother sheet and a whole nother printing process to that order, to that SKU. Whereas if you just have like the same, type of sheets, all non-foil cards, then you can actually get more per sheet, which speeds up the process, saves you on cost, saves you on time, and makes things a lot easier. And with the one thing I will say is that with these dual decks, one thing I really strived for was I wanted people to feel comfortable just picking up one of these as a board game. I wanted moms and dads to see this on a store shelf and say, that looks like a cute magical girl board game to play with my daughters, and just buy this and not worry about anything else. And that is another reason why we didn't want to add in anything like randomized foils in there or anything to sort of scare off or steer away from that board game vibe. And there's a lot of reasons why I went that way. I'm a huge believer of board games and the living card game on a personal level. It's a lot easier to sell a bespoke game if it is more board game style to game stores. As a game store owner myself, that's just kind of how it works. And yeah, there you go. There's a lot of reasons why. And to sort of tangent again, I'm a tangent guy. We don't do anything just because here at Speed Robo Games. There's always a lot of reasons and a lot of considerations for every choice that we do make. And I'm happy to just spend hours just sharing all of that, just going in deep dive, if that's something you folks are interested in. Yeah, thank you, Niffy. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. We want to make this easy. But with the collector set, as I was saying, so you pick up the collector set, you're going to get this box. This box will actually come to you shrink wrapped and empty. The contents that I showed you inside is actually me setting it up to make it easy for me to just carry this to my local game store and play with the boys, which if you've seen my content, you know I have been. And then you will get sealed copies of all 4 of these. So if you want these, because the box is pretty, and they are pretty, and also really freaking solid, you're going to get those as well. And then you've got options. You've got options at that point. If you want to just keep each of these, the sets in these boxes, go for it, you can. If you want to take out the inserts and put them in your collector's set, by all means. You want to mix and match, whatever. Do as your heart dreams and customize it the way you want. And that's what we wanted to have on offer. Yeah, no, we really wanted to go for a durable package because, again, board game mentality, I expect people to be using all of this as storage long term. And we wanted to provide product that enabled that. So if you're wondering where, part of the no foil cost, where did that get redistributed? How does that aid you as a customer? That's how. Dividers are going to be the next question. So divider-wise, sleeved for these, that is a bit of an oversight, and I will own up to that. Because this was a pretty standard off-the-shelf box size. So you can't fit a card in sideways and have it still fit. If you want to have your decks A, sleeved, B, still in this box, and C, properly divided, you will have to provide your own divider solutions. But there is space for a divider. Give me 1 second. I can demonstrate. All right, let me grab these. Hiya! This is my sleeve Dual Deck 2 in Dragon Shield Classic, because I am a psychopath, and I like Dragon Shield Classic. So, in we go. Deck number 1. Deck number 1 going in. As you can see, deck number 1. Yeah, no, Sea Mustard, I get it. I don't use Dragon Shield Matte. I use Dragon Shield Classic. Okay, so as you can see, right there, I'm holding them in with my fingers so they don't slip out. There you go. Yeah, as you can see, right in the middle, there is space for a divider. We don't have those prepared for you. My apologies. But hold on. Let me Jimmy Neutron brain blast this real quick, because I would put money down. I could. No, that wouldn't be tall enough. Wait a minute. And then what if I folded? What if I took one of my caster tokens and I folded it in half? What if I did that? What if I did that? I'm gonna take this caster token. I'm gonna fold it in half. Too late. I folded it. Haha! I'm a genius! All right, look at that. You just fold a caster token in half. There's your divider. Solved the problem. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? I solved it. See, look, it's beautiful. I'm gonna save this. This is great. I like this solution. Yeah, I did. You're welcome. Oh, I need to put my caster tokens in the box. I'll just fold them all in half. You guys would like that if I just folded all the caster tokens in half. No, so you can take any bulk card from any card game you want and just fold it in half, and that'll actually work as a divider for your sleeved dual deck set. I am the improv king, and everybody's mad at me now. Okay, so that is the collector's set. Now we're gonna move on to the main event. Everybody kind of understood the collector's set, all of that. Let's talk expansion. The expansion is weird, I know. I'm gonna go get my sample. So, this is the manufacturing sample of the expansion pack. When you get an expansion pack, it is going to come in a paper. This is not Mylar. This is paper. So that's good. We like not putting microplastics into the ocean. No, I understand that it's not that weird, and there is logic behind it, but it's something that comes up a lot. There's a lot of questions, and it's completely understandable. So we're gonna go over it. So it's gonna come like this. Inside, you're gonna find 7 cards. And let me show you what those 7 cards are gonna be like. So, let me slide these in here. Let's say I open this, and inside I am going to get 2 bonus cards. I'll show you the bonus cards in a bit. And then 5 cards, 1 copy each of the same color. So there are essentially 8 different booster packs you can collect. There will be 1 for each element. Each will have 1 copy of 5 cards. So it's a total of 40 new cards in the expansion set. The only there's no rarities for the gameplay cards, just for the non-foil ones. That's it. So once you open this and you see it's the blue pack, you know that you're going to get Hide, you're going to get Call Forth, you're going to get Knowledge from the Ancestors, you're going to get Brain Eraser, and you're going to get Jealous Hera, and that's what you're going to get every single time, no matter what, period. So there is still some randomization when it comes to what color you're going to get in your pack. But I am of the mindset that I don't like how trading card games as a business model inherently push you towards um, gambling, essentially. And so, yeah, like opening packs is fun. We all love it. It's fun to trade with your friends, and there is still that, right? Like, let's say I don't care about blue. I want to pick up orange. I open the blue pack, my buddy opens orange. Hey, let's swap packs, right? That's fun. But we just wanted to make it. I wanted to make sure the game didn't waste your guys' time and money. That's the gist of it. And so that's why we did it the way that we did. Now let's talk about the 2 bonus cards. The 2 bonus cards in the back of the pack is going to be foil. Now, out of these manufacturing samples, these cards did not come foil for the manufacturing. I will need to grab the foil pattern that we are using. I'll grab you guys to that later. Before I show the bonus cards, let me answer a couple questions. Makes collecting set really streamlined? Yes, it does. That is the idea. Buy a booster pack, sell it for premium price. Don't do that, please. There's baggage. Magic the Gathering's first paper packs were hot garbage. Yes. So this is not like MTG's paper pack at all. This is going to be sealed. As you can see up top with this seal, it is going to be sealed and glued and crimped exactly like you would expect from a Mylar pack. Identical to that. But it's just paper. Each pack comes with a different color, but each color is a specific set of cards. That is correct, Niffy. So each pack, you don't know what color is going to be inside, but each color is a specific set. Making room for people in the middle to lower class people to say only buy 2 packs and both fail at what they need. I'm not sure I understand that comment, Marie. Yeah, the 2 randoms. So back to the randoms. The 2 randoms are going to be foil. I know that these are not foil. Our manufacturing sample that we got in just wasn't foil. I will show you what the foils will look like here later. But you also have the chance to get alternate art cards in your pack. For example, this is an alternate art Kibera Yosha. And this is a 1 of 1. Because this is the only non-foil version of this alternate art that will ever get printed. Want to watch me fold it in half? I'll do it. No. So the foils that you get in the back of each pack are a fun bonus. They're a fun collectible bonus for everybody to enjoy. And what they are going to be is they're going to be cards from the dual decks and from the expansion set. And there are 3 tiers of rarity. And you can see right here what those are. That is backwards. Okay, so you are going to get 2 rares, generally speaking. But 1 in every 4 packs, one of your rares is going to be upgraded to a super rare. The super rare is either going to be a level 2 from the dual deck or one of the alternate art cards. And then the hyper rare is 1 in every 50 packs. And the hyper rare is going to look like... It's gonna look like that. That's what she's gonna look like. That's the original hyper rare from the original set 1 back in 2017. I pack pulled that. We're basically doing the same thing. It won't be textured. That's the difference. But yes, the hyper rares are the Magical Girl transformation sequence cards because that is fun. Oh yeah, of course I have the old cards. My collection is massive, and I keep it right behind me on my very messy couch for inspiration and reference all the time. I've got the first dual deck ever made. I'm gonna go grab that. I got that right here. Check that out. So the dual decks are actually like a Caster Chronicles staple product. I mean, they've been doing these since 2019. So we wanted to do that, but with a nicer box, basically. I see a question. Are the rarities labeled with lettering and such? No. To be honest with you, that is... Well, actually, you know what? I lied. The answer is yes. The alternate arts are labeled. I don't know if you can see it. That is never going to focus. But the alternate arts are labeled, yes. The alternate arts are super rare. The hyper rares are the Magical Girl transformation sequence. There's only one hyper rare per set. Now, there is one more thing that we need to cover on the product. People have been asking, what about booster boxes? How many packs come in a box? And this is the interesting part. There aren't really booster boxes. You will be, when you as a customer purchase an expansion pack, you're purchasing it by the pack. However, as part of our store display kit, we do have display units. And these are very much like a traditional TCG booster box. And the packs go in the display kit. Boom. So, these are going to be sent out to stores. Stores, as you can see in the on the Kickstarter, on the retailer tier, the store display kit's listed. This is part of the store display kit. So, why did we do it like this? Why can't you, the customer, buy a booster box? You want the fancy, cool thing. There are several reasons to that. There is a way to see participating stores for the Caster Chronicles. Go to speedrobogames.com. We have a complete list of all of our retail partners, and that is where you can see who stocks Speed Robo Games product. Also, if you want your game store to participate, all they have to do is email me, and we'll get them hooked up. We'll get everything sorted with them. I send out free stuff and free demos to game stores constantly. We're happy to get them involved. So yeah, back to why is it like this? Why can't you buy this? Reason number one, it actually saved us a lot in manufacturing. If you are just manufacturing the one SKU, which is the pack, and you don't have to worry about the extra packaging, you don't have to worry about the extra collation, you don't have to worry about the extra level of shrink wrapping, you don't have to worry about all of that. Boom. Huge savings, which helps out everybody, as we discussed earlier. Reason number two, game stores need a reason to carry your product. You need to give, as just a game designer, as somebody releasing a card game like this, if you want people to be able to play in person, you need game stores. Everybody knows this. Everybody will tell you this. And in order to get those game stores, you need to give them a reason to carry your product. You need to give them something special only to them, and you need to make it worth their time. And so not only are the Lost Art cards, where we're doing the original Japanese arts for any censored artwork from the English version, we're releasing those as cards that are foil, and they're going to be game store prize cards. And the second thing we're doing for stores is they will get these boxes. And I do know that there are going to be some super fans that do want this display. Got to go to your game store for that. So no, Toaster, I totally get that. I agree. It's just kind of the nature of the beast at this point. And to be honest, if the store is not comfortable with receiving the Lost Art cards, that is okay. We will have replacement promos for them. We'll be able to get them something different that they might be interested in, be it different foils from the pack, be it more launch day promos, whatever they're interested in. We work with a bunch of different game stores with a bunch of different needs all the time, and we are very willing to cater to those needs. So, yeah, totally get it. It is a concern. It is a bit of a pain point, but it is what it is, and we're doing our best. So yeah, that's what's going on with the booster boxes. So I hope that has answered everybody's questions. Yeah, no, there is a backup plan because I am the CEO of Spaceboat Games. We're focused on being very family friendly, and no, we wanted family friendly promos as well. So no, that was very much in focus.